industry, because of the capacitation, struggle. It's already to corporate. You will see marketing manager wa company X. Ele ene lo gore o mo di billboarding, ele ene lo gore o mo di adverting. You understand? O bola value chain ya beng ba yone ba ka beng ba dirisa. It's happening a lot.
On top of that, we've got the one issue again with the company that hosts a lot of events but have in-house MCs and
I wanted to. It's what I'm talking about.
But we are suffering from these in-house MCs.
This is why I started.
And we know you and I were professional. We've been doing this thing for a while. This MCing thing, we know how to prepare for it. And then I was able to make it so that I'm cutting, so as to cut costs. Get even how to pull it off.
If we don't capacitate the government, kadi policy, ka go dira melao ya re, there is a clause on a national arts council.
Right.
E buang gore di advert di tshwanetse re dirwe ke local. Ha le santse le tsa di advert di tsena go BTV tsa Coca-Cola di ta di diretswe ruri. O bolaile cameraman, o bolaile motho wa makeup. You understand what I'm talking about? So that's why only the government can do that. If the policies can be implemented, that's the only thing that the industry needs.
So what's holding, as much as the government is holding?
Capacitation.
Who is supposed to mobilize that?
Is the government. When I'm talking about the capacitation, the government have to understand the creative.
To those that which are our potential employers, stop undercutting us. Amy's undercutting us. We are feeding our children with this that which we are asking from yourselves. We are also feeding other mouths, and that we've also empowered and employed other people. So they are benefiting from that. It is the value chain.
Welcome to another exciting episode of Truth Be Told. We do this every single Thursday, bringing you situations and coming up with solutions. In a very, very relaxed manner. I can never do that alone, obviously. Because once we be in drop, or in Botswana, Joey Mothibi.
Yes,
Gilbert P.P from P.P Promotions. Joey from Connecting Botswana.
Botswana Connects.
Botswana Connects. General. Yes, and Primetime Live. There's a bit of commonness there. How's Primetime?
Primetime is good. I like that we're starting with how Primetime is.
Yes.
That's a show that has survived and has been through the test of time and survived it. I mean, it went through COVID. True. It's there. It still flights every Sunday at 8:30 on BTV One, channel 290.
Primetime Live. Oh, I remember those days. Harry, Simola Primetime. I remember I was trying to be active.
You started Primetime, innit? As the lead anchor. Yes, you did.
It was very exciting when I got the call. We want to do a lifestyle magazine show.
Yeah.
I didn't know exactly what you know. So I was trying to be so proactive. There was a sort of a marathon. It was a rally sort of. And then we went up the hill. I had never been up Kali Hill, remember?
Oh, wow.
Let me just highlight that.
Hey.
We are going to go all out. The interview from the dam. Even if when they go up the hill, we're gonna do interviews midway.
Sure.
Mokhal.
Yeah.
Jean. The J's. Mura! You're like a bit ha thaba.
Yes.
Muchini ha.
Engine
no gore ha. Ke so ke lebella re wa camera le ena ke tela re tutsa matlantsana. Midway there were guys passing ba train ne ba itse gore ba irang. So be ke re ke tsa rest. This was midway, and we were not using the quarry side. We were using the steep side.
Sure.
So as I was going up, I decided to rest. But resting what thing? But when I hit ke panic or if I go down I'm gonna fall and I won't reach the top. No one knows this, but no, I cried. I cried too.
The mountain conquered
No,
you.
no, it did.
Ouch.
I had to suck it up and go out. PP,
Yes,
how
sir.
is the entertainment industry more on SPC?
No, like to start it, I wanna let you know that I'm impressed about the venue or this place sees.
Oh yes, yes.
So I'm game sitting like a bonella like a hater. Today it's history in the making. I'm inside. It's so artistic.
Yeah.
Very.
So exotic. Big up. Ke gone go supa gore our creatives gona le bangwe ba eleng gore ba etsa ka thwahalo.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know this place. It's just behind Game City, opposite Taxi Rank.
Yeah.
You know, you get your drinks. They sell beautiful
Yeah,
sushi. The sushi is amazing.
There was sushi here, right?
Yeah, the ambience is amazing. Open Monday to Sunday. It's a family, location. I come
I
here
can
a
see
lot.
it's good for
Yeah.
dates.
It's central. I mean, Khali music king. Khali.
Health.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, even the
it's just
ambience.
Yeah.
Even the ambience.
So-
No, actually, to your question, Gugu, there was debate. When was it? Is it about 2 months ago? Yeah, is the industry dead? So I will say the entertainment industry is not dead. It is alive.
Alive in the sense that we're born. I'll give you an example, guys. We used to have major fun.
Yeah.
It's completely different. And the reason why I felt it very necessary to have us here is to try and revive some of the how do we know what's going on, guys,
Yeah,
in our country.
yeah.
There's a lot of things that are happening. Batho ba lela go thata ga go tshwane le pele ga ke itse le ra gore a go bokete mo go nna go monna
No.
ina le go tshwara ka vice
I'll chip in.
life in
Ba-
general.
well,
Yeah.
I'm talking from the marketing perspective of it.
Okay.
Because like marketing is like a forex.
Yeah.
In an hour, a change Chile, so things have changed. More especially like a digital migration. I'll give you an example. I used to rock Kamantsama Isabusi Rokoyaruna FM. You understand? So it's something that I can consider by then, by the audience, never it's hella for a calabone, cafe,
And the Montsamaisa was what were you generally talking about? What is it?
The thing that the podcast die in.
Yes.
Gossip. Because of,
Apart from truth be told, we are tackling,
apart from, I will say that.
Matters that.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
Of Mike Elijah went there's a rich content and then there's a controversy.
Yeah.
You can
yeah.
still have a crowd ka content area.
Yes.
So it will like marketing or a target audience.
Oh,
Right.
Yes,
So
yes.
the things back in the days, story will wait for the voice Sadi celebrity will wait for Mansama Isabusio. But if something happened within 30 seconds, it's just a celebration chiming. So a print media I be ba sa kry sales tsene le gore ne ba ditsetse because of bona ba go emela Friday.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
no, the issue will be ba strategy sa bone sense and to cope up the issue ya digital migration. That's why the industry ga ya so go na le dilo tse leng gore re tla wela mo go tsone gore ke tsone tse leng gore di ka re dira gore industry ya be isule conducive environment digital gore I say adapted to digital migration. There are so many things gore cooperate support or the policies related to the creative industry ke tsone tse leng gore di bolaile compared to bogologolo.
So go on.
Actually, we live in an age where we've got a new government, right? and it was at the helm, the peril of the people.
Yeah.
Ke bona ba hetsong government after 58 years of
It was
power,
a big
right?
surprise.
Right? Now, it was a very huge surprise. A lot of people were
I
not,
remember
were not expecting that. But now, to bring it to the industry, the entertainment industry, or rather the MCs and the like, we sort of kind of also expected a bit of change, but change for the good. But it seems like it has gone completely south.
Guys, it's an understatement.
And it's so frustrating because now, money is not there.
Okay, what? Where's the proof?
Money is not there. I need you to come and MC for me. Kira senane ko seats. My price tag ke bokana. I want her heish. Kana me ko ke a tsang teng atla hafugile tla ke go hafulele lwena o tlo bogolo ska tswa.
When are you sugar coating it, Joey?
So-
You are sugar coat.
so-
Go ahead.
Go
PP as a promoter. This is why again he's here.
Yes.
He will tell us, okay, I'm also a corporate MC.
Yeah.
Joey's also a corporate MC. Or should I say, like, well,
You know, guy.
yes. But now in a encounter a situation where a promoter would say, I've got an event, ke kopa hore o tle go MC-ela, mme ga ke na budget, ebile ke tabe ke go ha
What is
mileage.
that?
But the fact that you came to me on Tarumpa mileage is because I've got the mileage.
No, like go bolelle wena Joey le Gugu. I'll stand to differ le Mr. Mothibi ka kgang ya bo 58 years. Tota that thing, it won't change anything. La re ka change puso bo ga 5 ba go ka teng. The only thing that is needed is capacitations. From the government perspective, as long as our leaders they are not capacitated ka the product ya di creative kana di creative se leng gore ya se thokana le conducive environment ga e thokane le tsa ke go jese ke go ireng conducive environment dio tse di rang gore ya ka Joey a bua gore go mading go slow is because of ga gona policy e governang the creative industry. We don't have an entertainment act to start with. We don't have in the country. We are colonized by a trade act. That's why bogologolo e re ha gote ditlabu di a tswalwa e le liquor act go ra gore entertainment right now there are mushrooming promoters the corporate. For example, if a company X it's a Google gore ate go MC la ha mo duela 30,000 batho ba le 10,000 ba mona. That thing will affect a promoter ga re ira show o bona mahala yes o duetswe because corporate they got nothing to lose when they are promoting the product. You see, I'll give you example. Nako ya Forbes ga no go dirilwe ko main mall go dirilwe event promoter kana go ra re go romento computer le promoter kana le di artist go ra re o bola ya value chain. So in South Africa or in other countries ga go le telelwe National Arts Council ya bone in place ga go le telelwe gore company e ka itirela event because you are registered to run network in Bifiria ya rwena o banka o dirisa o bereka ka madi re go netse ya in Bifiria. So that's why re na le bo MTN Bushfire.
Yeah.
That's why re na le bo Stenbik Jazz Festival. But here you'll find a giant company ele yone e itirela.
And I'd want us again to take this very international.
Right.
Because we are riding a lot with our neighboring country, which is understandable. But what would be wrong with us going international and doing things the international manner instead of these guys would be doing this, they would be doing that, and it restricts us a lot.
But is the culture there?
That's what we're supposed to create. Would you say Botswana is very backward because of that?
No, it's not. It's not. if we don't capacitate the government ka di policy ka go dira melao ya re there is a clause on a national arts council
Right.
e buang gore di advert di tshwanetse re dirwe ke local ha le santse le tsa di advert di tsena ko BTV tsa Coca-Cola di ta di diretswe ruri o bolaile cameraman o bolaile motho wa makeup. You understand what I'm talking about? So that's why only the government can do that. If the policies can be implemented, that's the only thing that the industry needs.
So what's holding, as much as the government is holding,
capacitation ego.
Who is supposed to mobilize that?
Is the government. When I'm talking about the capacitation, the government have to understand the creative. But
don't you think we also have a role to sort of play to sort of inspire that sort of change?
To start mobilizing. Let me give you an example.
If you are involved, if you are not, if you are
like, for example,
involved,
what we have, this conversation that we're having right now.
That's exactly
it's
what
a
we're
step.
changing. Yes, it's I'll give you an example before you go on. When you talk about to touch base on,
right?
You know, when you're talking about your charges, as MCs, we need to have that body that says, let us give us a ceiling. The reason why the says now charge an X amount, but because the next person if you don't want to do it, we'll take someone else.
That's the thing that I'm talking about. I'm still capacitation. You understand? However, only National Arts Council, then you do an event that costs 40 million. 40 million indoor event. Then you have a grant, 11 million. The creatives have to do expression of interest for the whole country. There is 11 million. When at your own event, there is 40 million. You understand? Even the Bible, people perish because of the knowledge. Our industry is perishing because of the knowledge. Only harkanal involvement. Nense re bua le jwe re bua re kana ko bo DRC bo re khanda bongo mene ba involve practically one out of school on theory is okay, but practically ke dilo tse ding tse di ka thusang government ha ba ka involve the creative. You give this guy's the camera,
right?
Or Kasidia Kanaka what and what. Then Botswana television, you are now be itirela content ka di camera as abono. What are you saying? Why have we sponsored bana gore ba ikolimpa nkwimba e go ithusa ba e go ithuta films? Bo SABC that just do the kgang hela content is content. Every day people are submitting the content by invoice.
I'll still stick le kgang e leng gore gona le bo backwardness bo e leng gore le bo stubborn le bo arrogance bo moteng. Joey Kanye. No, Kanye as an MC.
Go ahead.
This is what will happen to Joey, yeah? Le radio le ritse say code e be le mo approve again. Ha tswa ho Joey has to go on stage looking the part.
Yes.
That costs money. Okay? That costs money. You come up with a 5-star event and you compromise on the MC. You've taken Joey as a good MC, but you want him to look the part. But you don't want to give anything up front. What about the after event? It's going to take another 30 days. But why, as promoters, are you not doing that with other artists? From their respective countries, you'll have paid them the whole amount. Why is it like that?
That's
I just want to understand.
That one, it will depend on the individual.
Joey,
I'm a P.P.
The reason why I'm saying that it will depend on the individual. First, the high ubuka a certain artist, and aba honela kontraka. Go guide and ke bata 100% before you advertise.
Yes,
I will do that. Hailo gore Joy ene udumalana le promoter a Google gore temona ta to tlhaba ko madinare ke ta go zamela after. That's why ke bua ka capacitation gore ka number 2 the creative is not
I'm a P.P. You know, ke rata gore you raise this very very valid point. Ya gore highly ba tswang go sele ba hua yone that sort of respect eo or
And
recognition and
acknowledgement,
acknowledgement eo. It means, you know, when I promote kwena, you are capacitated enough, akere. So such that ha nna ke tla ke le MC, ke be ke tla ke go kwa le nna ke lekile gone as professional as that other artist is. I get a benchmark. We go to these countries and we try by all means to maintain the international standard. Still, the same promoter. Wow, we are going to and yona kganyone ya o tla ba clause we kwalezo clause ko tlase gore 70% upfront.
If you don't pay me, I don't get on stage.
Exactly, so that I'm able and literally the promoter will say,
do that.
okay,
and Joey's going to say, okay, fine.
No,
sure.
That's why I'm saying it will depend on the individual. Why why motho a lela a re ha duelo a na le mo adverting to start with. You understand?
So as a promoter,
so
people
to understand. So ga se kgang ya gore mo South Africa kana Motswana kana o tswa ko Zimbabwe. You understand? It's how you do business. Google, if you tell me gore PP ya ka re a UK yana ke ntsha sephiri. If you tell me gore if you tell me if you ta kwa o re PP ga ntwela. You are unprofessional, very, very unprofessional. You are not in business.
Thank you very much.
You understand? So, lona ba Botswana ha re le duele deposit ha re le duele le tahela mola wa re bale le bone kana go mo is business ena le mo relationship. I have the artists telling gore ke bereka le bone ka partnership ba ntse ba le batona wa bona. I worked le Makazi to give example ka partnership ba sa duelwa e le di partner wa bona.
Okay, Emma, before we go on, let's just a bit, because I'd love Botswana re na le mathata gore re na le go we jump to conclusions before we know
the facts. Yes,
the facts. There are always two ways. You know, we need to fix things. We need to iron things out.
Capacitation. That's my song.
So what exactly happened then?
On my truth to be told, my song is capacitation. So I'll give you an example. Business is a relationship, just like any other business. You understand? Ga ene gore na le Joey, ra go nna le relationship ya gore wa go MC a event a senana le senana an tshepa sena kontraka e lo ya reka, because we have so ha ile gore ya no go tsamaile sawa ga go relo gore Batswana ba lathelwa ko thoko ke tumalano ya me le yone because a gona molao e leng gore wa re ha o tswa South Africa ka go diragale ya. But I'll give you example. Na ko ngwe ka ke tsala mi ke there was an event go fairground. So what I have learned is abe ba lela ba re kana na ra tsengwe ya nyaka semamma nyo ene o dirile kontraka o buile gore ke bata di bouncer tse kae ke bata metsi a sose ke kontraka o e signetse then ke ta go tikela metsi le dijo go ngwena wa faster because a gona kontraka gona se seng guide go that's what I'm talking about. The industry must be capacitated. Go mo ke business go bereka ka kontraka. Joy, I deal with your contract. Ha gona ha le gore first to start with, don't advertise or send to a full amount kind of 50%. Why only after show? You are unprofessional.
So as a professional, and I'll take it now because as an international promoter, he's doing the, you know,
he's moving mountains.
So another thing ya gore kana nna gore ga ke lebelle hela mo di go bo Joey le di promoter wa ba na ka re both of them ha gongwe Joey o khona we have so many fly by night promoters than promoters wa bona fly by night we leng gore ga gongwe Joey o tsena mo se pitagane gore ta go defender brand jame ke tsa me hela wa bona ta ke tsa me hela. And then we have groupie promoters we leng gore wa itela ile gore kabza o duetse full amount ya 120 when all MC Joey ga wa duela 10,000 madi a ile kwa when kantelo tsena mo pressuring ya gore kana Batswana bona ha ke sa te eventing le di promoter tseng te ba itse gore yo ene ga te wa bona gore bo thatswa jo first is the employer to the employee. That's why we need, as a developing country, we need capacitation.
And professionalism.
We need to develop,
Yeah.
to capacitate
so
ourselves.
As a promoter, what advice would you give both to the artists, the talents, for us to proceed and go forward?
I believe
Right.
That I know how the government is concerned with team building,
Yeah.
capacitation. So I think we have to focus mo go yone le gone gape gore motho ga tsena mo industry a ska tsena a lebeletse talent a gagwe ke business a tsene pele mo businessing understand the business.
Okay.
Because of what is happening is we see artists le rena ra ngongorega o bona a charge corporate madi a manyenyane wena individual as a promoter a ba go charge madi a matona mme hela concern a me hela e tona e mo go gone mo goreng industry because of the capacitation struggle it's a lot ditiro ke di corporate. You will see marketing manager wa company X ele ene le gore o mo di billboarding ele ene le gore o mo di adverting. You understand o bola value chain ya beng ba yone ba ka beng ba dirisa. It's happening a lot.
On top of that, we've got the one issue again with the company that hosts a lot of events but have in-house MCs and
I wanted to. It's what I'm talking about.
But we are suffering from these in-house
Good,
MCs.
this is
And
why
then
I started.
and we know you and I were professional. We've been doing this thing for a while. This MCing thing, we know how to prepare for it. And then I was able to make it so that I'm cutting, so as to cut costs. Get even how to pull it off.
And it's not easy. It's not easy.
And it's disturbing.
And okay, fine. Again,
the new government. So jano ke mo go rona gore re tsene mo go ba ba shaba ba rudumelang gore ba tare re etsa gore kana go tshwantse go nne le di policy gore wena how we hiretswe it's been happening. I remember ka farewell ya agriculture ya minister of agriculture ne le ready graph. So how ro tisa di artists ga tenya ba ba irang cleaning ba ka mara ga ministry ka ba practice. You understand? So, I spoke about it. They must be cancelled. I can go to housing. I saw okay prison pay for me. The peanuts on it's about Franco. Why else I say Franco? You understand? We believe we have a hope. Ya gore di khantse re di buantse bo truth to be told re thusaneng re gakolole because of mo gongwe ga se go itse be se gore ke gore punish the industry will grow.
On behalf of I'm not going to talk about the artists first because bonnet they've got their own way of running things, but ha re bua ka ba tsamaisa tiro and we give time to get our trade very very perfect because it's not easy. Bathong ba modimo re kopa thuso a gore pele ga re palama stage ya ka promoter ra ibuang re bua le promoter ra gape at least commit to a 50% fee gore reo a go ipankanya kapare bomme tla ke go bolelle bomme ba di MC they suffer a lot because bone ba tshwantse go bankanya di mesese ya bone dinala and they are calling the tsala menka di me hoke go riana so that I should look the part and wait for a 30-day payment.
Turnaround time ya thing.
It doesn't make sense.
It does not make business sense.
So let's just assist especially bone ka ke bone ba ileng gore ba bitsa di artist ba tsamaisa program ya ka tshwantse go tsama ba go leng hela pele ba simolla go te bona re go netse sengwe le se, but we have to be professional in the aspect ya gore gona le ba thoba ileng gore ba duelelwa go pele be ba sa attend. That one we need to stop as talent.
Me kana tsone ya ka ribua ka di police kana go gompie kwana ga gona molao o khanelang a big organization gore e itirele di event, and then the same companies ke tsone tse leng gore ba worse than gongwe ka re di promoter we tell le gore companies mamang yone go neela purchase order and then ba go bolela gore ke ka hantse re bereka ka teng
Yes.
mme go le nnete ba sa caterela for artist because of artist ga ya maung e tshwantse re abetse re deposit gore e kgone go
E kgone go
ipankanya so
ipankanya.
yaanong ha re ka nna le molao and then ba go bolela gore mo ntshiretseng yo mongwe
Eish,
rona ga go re
guys.
patike ko re le ga o ka lela wena o sa bolo go nna le show yo o sa bolong go e dira for 3 months o e berekela then that big company a beta ya sembula next to you e bitsa di-artist tse di tswang ko America, Nigeria, South Africa le Botswana ga gona gore o ka lla kae
And
ba go
then
bolela gore
again,
ga gona mo
and
that's
then
why bona
again,
ke
e be re na
ganelela
le mathata a gore mo Botswana ha go tla di holiday you guys can come up with 4 different shows tse di tshwanang in 4 different locations
On that same
on
day.
that same day.
Yeah.
Rona, we want
Yeah.
to enjoy and support what we want to support. Lona ha gona mo e ka reng le ka nna ha tsebe le buisana gore as
Ga bana
promoters,
correlation,
guys,
yeah.
eh,
Yeah.
let's e be le lwa e le lona gape.
ke kopa gore le nthetse sentle
Okay.
le lona ba reitse ko
Yeah.
that one it can happen as long as everything can happen under the law molao o tshwanetse gore o regulate so gongwe nna nka dumela ka bopelothomo ge hela re dumelana re 5 mo ga borone a re ska ra irang digigi re togelele yo a dire ba re mme rothela re le 10 re batla go ira di-event mo ga borone city council e re neela
Ha gona-
di-license
lona le
rona.
neela
You
di-license,
understand
yeah,
what?
true,
Oh, but- so ga gona opo ka reng bana ba me ba se ka baja rote ra go scramble ba re city council yone ga e ka reng ya ga re dire
Go
gigi
setse
tse
gona,
4
go setse-
mo toropong re
Deregulation,
dira
yes.
gigi tse 2 because ha le mo gongwe mo hela mo ga gona kore ga gona se le gore se ka re le 4 re se ka ra dira gigi tabe re ipolaisa tala ga gona sepe se se re patikang ga gona sepe se se patikang company e tona gore e re o ntse o na le event o sa bolong go e berekela 3 months a betsa le tsone di-artist tseo motshegare wena o le maitse kore ga gona se se patikang so
Guys,
that's why ke ganela
Molao.
ko
Yeah.
ke ganela ko capacitationeng in other countries like here bo South Africa an international artist is not allowed to perform mo ditlabong gompieko mo ditlabo tsa rona di-restaurant tsa rona di na le di-lessons you can bring DJ Waffles ko Rhapsody so and then yolo o ko royal yolo Waffles go tsena mahala ko Rhapsody because bana ba pusha bujala why should you go duela event
Yes.
there 150 and then Waffles and allocation in South Africa they don't do that as an international artist is not allowed to perform moditlabo so issue e one hela
Truth be told, a lot needs to be learned. Guys,
as I
comment
said,
in the sections there. In the
we don't
comments below.
have entertainment act so mongwe le mongwe wa itirelela ha re ka nna le international act you'll see but for us to have to advocate for international act we must do a case study sa go supetsa go romente e creative e ba yana mo tafoleng. It's happened Northwest University they did a case study ya go bona gore on the nightlife economy under GDP ya bona ba contribute bokae we have a case study e sa bonong go dirwa ka BIDPA e supang gore creative industry ya Botswana e dira 5.48 is coming ke yone ya boraro mo go generating economy ya Botswana so after ke mine tourism and then agriculture I understand very well what agriculture after the creative industry.
And the creative industries are not taken very seriously in our country. I'm sorry to
There's
say.
that problem.
We need to be candid,
Exactly.
tell the truth. In other countries, people are taking creatives and the entertainment industry as a business. But one thing
thank you for raising that, yeah.
At BTV, at least now they've changed it. And
Yes.
I appreciate that. Montage wa rona wa 14 years. Bo BTV, 14 years. Batho ba batla go e change re tsa bana re ba isa dikolong ba ya dikolong mme ga ba re ba tsenya input they were just ne ba sa khole go tsenya letsogo
we can run the creative ka theory and then ka pampere le ka ntsupela ba lotheba officers administrative ya America e raniwa ke di creative Even in South Africa, e raniwa ke di-creative. Another problem that we have, ko ra go te board ya National Arts Council, go twa motho yo rutegile ba re mo grounding a sa itse gore go MC a keng go dirang diphetho keng ba re me ena a tshwere degree. That's our problem. We worship di pampiri, we worship academy than creative ga e bereka ka talent. It's a raw diamond, then you professionalize it by polishing it. That's the approach.
Re o itse dio tsa gagwe.
He really does,
O ntse o re bolella gore go na le title e nngwe o itse ako elaborate on that one.
Tsabakela.
Kopane le di-presentera ka kopane le di-presentera tsa TV for so. No, ke mo bosheng ke thomile go nna tota ke nna ke fundang e bitswa go te SASHIO, Southern Africa Creative Industry Alliance. Kore mo SADC ke di promoter kana batho ba di creative.
Okay.
Re bata go nna le neelano se ka ia ka le mo Botswana yana ke kgone go tsaya di-artists tsa Botswana di letswe ko bo Zambia ko bo Zimbabwe ko bo kae kana ga ko bo UK kana ga ke na le ha Joey yana le event a kgone go pusha ba Namibia ba mo promotela ba teka di base wa bona. So kore ke tsone dio tse re buang ka ga tsone wa bona gore like I remember President Mugabe in e re ga tsamaya ya ko Zimbabwe o na tsamaya le di-artist tsa kakwa. So there's a certain group ke lebala leina la yone e leng gore e ne le mo campaign mo di raleng tsa ga Barack Obama.
Okay.
You understand bona. So ke tsone dio hela tse leng gore wena Joey le gugu tse re ka di buang hela gore tse dingwe tse re ka di bua ka bo rona ntse re igavona hela gore nya really di MC what and what, but until mo especially ebile go romento a gompieko kwa di human rights o na le pelo thomoge I feel gore ga ba ka re bulela dipati mme dipati di thata o ithela bone ba bata gore bona batho re na le ba le mathata gore ha o tsane ka gone bo di secretary tse dintsi ba go block, and then we expect the minister gore a go buele. Minister re le ene ntse ga na ground a ba uto at the horse mouth. You understand? That will change.
As much as we voted in a new government because of the wantingness, in a change. The problem is that the offices that which we go and knock on their doors and actually say, ke go pa events calendar ra gago ho ke ba re nka skits go me go mo di event tsa go charge ya ke tla dira ka tseleng tsenya. That's not the same old people. And they've been there for a while, and they've got a culture that they follow. That's why I read that go ntela ko now kala tsane go tenya mere na le re se re bone mong how attend the event that thing we tlalele an officer o bereka ngwe officer aw le bone mongwe. And what about me and I do this professionally.
I've watched Joey's growth from a long time ago. I wanted to know, Joey, you've come to perfect your
craft.
Your craft, and very serious. Emma Bill. When did you decide to go into the creatives?
I've always loved talking, and I've always wanted to make money from talking. So it was sometimes in 2010 when I joined Duma FM as I wanted to be a presenter, but then I became an anchor, a news anchor. And I realized I'm actually really good at anchoring. But my doors are not really that much closed in terms of wanting to be a presenter. So, but you know what? I used to do this in college, where I would MC. But now I'm looking to see if I can't do it now for a more professional body, and a much larger crowd.
Was it about the money?
No.
Or the
It was the love.
Because the money was not there.
The money really wasn't quite thing. The money wasn't that much of a problem because I already had a job.
Oh yeah.
So the craft, to perfect my ability to be eloquent and the like. So I tried my first MCing gig, and they said, okay, what I said 10,000, and they're like, okay, no, sure. Microphone, you do what you do. And they were very, very impressed with the delivery. From now on, we're actually going to now share your name around, so that you can further grow. So that's when I realized, wait a minute, So this fun thing that I'm doing has a way of paying me
money, yeah.
Okay, now let me see if I can make it a bit more professional. So I started benchmarking. How to event MC I'm going to be part of the audience, and I'd listen to his command of the crowd, how he lines up his words, and how he just runs the show. And I'll say, okay, so not necessarily to sound like Gugu, but to develop that part of my craft. And I'll go see, the stars, Giselle and the like, and even get the privilege to actually work with them on the same stage. And then I make it, you know what? Now it's time to elevate and be amongst, I'll say, the big five of corporate MCs. I need to be amongst that, and if not, the best.
Exactly.
Of which I'm still on the journey. I haven't felt like I'm the best as yet. Hey,
Let me just elaborate quickly on that one.
We want to host big things like Oscars and the like.
Let me correct you on that one. I'm a very spiritual person.
Right.
You need to understand that you are the best in your universe.
True. And I like that you're saying that.
In your universe. God has given you your own universe. So right now, I'm in your universe, you're in mine. You can't be better than me in my universe. I can't be better than you in your universe.
Right.
So the way you're presenting it, the way you're delivering it, there's no way. So there's no more thing or second best or top 5. Yes, when it comes to ratings and what people, I used to confuse being a good MC.
More on a scholarly basis.
Yes,
I'm a scholar of the industry, and so far I think I am categorized under the best.
Definitely.
But I still feel there's a lot more that can be done. Look, I watch guys like Trevor Noah. A lot of people say to me, you can actually be our own Trevor. You can actually write jokes.
I used to think that being a good MC means you need to be fun.
No, it actually doesn't. It doesn't
push up. Okay, that was a promoter. What do you look for?
What is a good MC?
Your criteria when you select an MC. Na bathung ke na le mathata go dira di event tsa driver ke MC ale scavenger la kong mo scavenger gore rola binare la tswaka, and I don't dance.
Yes.
I don't dance. I feel like so what's your criteria when you select an MC or just artists in general? Like
no lantane ke re ke a kholejwe ka re ke motho ke mo follower. Something that I have learned tseno gore ke rata nna ntse ke di share like tala like le borile ka capacitation gore Joey o nna le style sa gago aba maintain a style sa gago se le gore ona le audience ya gago ke te ke lebelle ha gongwe ha ke dira event for example let's ga Makazi se up tempo,
yes,
and then abo bona motho e leng gore gongwe ke wa line se la ba re ntikela ho.
Yes, you can't have me a corporate MC. Put your hands in the air. So it's not my style.
Exactly. Now, personally, when I do the lineup, first ke lebella gore audience ke ba tang ke fe ke targetile. Ha ile gore ke le kompo. Ke tshwanetse gore ke bate MC le lineup. E leng gore ke itse gore ke emeletsa batho ba go mo goditshane, ke emeletsa batho ba bo tertiary le the approach of my marketing. Ga ke re gongwe ke dira le kompo a be ke betsa ka advert ya di Instagram wa bona le ya hate monna mongwe tsana le rona ba marketing o kila latela Mercedes Benz abua gore o ka advertise mo television, then bone ba bua re nyana re ba te television wa bona. So this is the most gore ke bina pineli bina is the most so santa ke go itse audience a ga ke yone ta guidang gore marketing o ya kae ne ke bua le bangwe ba le ba promoter sele ke ba ra ke itse ke la ha o ka dira di billboard wa tsana mo di radio mo di televisioning a be le tantse o tsenya batho mo radio ba presenter ba twister ba bua se kgwa se ba re your product e bua le motho yo ko old naledi, your product ke the masses e bua le motho yo ko muyabana motho ko muyabana gona le ka heleng gore
Interact-a ka teng.
exactly.
Yes.
So ga ile gore yone product ya gago e ka excita batho ba komi ya bana wena bo e promote go sele go tshwana hela. So
When you moved up to presenting,
And then I got so now Ghana sometimes when you're actually quite talented, it tends to act as a marketing tool for Kaboyon. So here I am, I'm doing radio, I'm now doing corporate and lifestyle MC. And one random time I get a phone call from then I'll say potential employer because I end up becoming my employer. Rentuan from Primetime. And he says to me, I listen to your news all the time. I'd like for us to meet and because I want to bounce an idea off of you. Sure, indeed, we met when we game city.
Yeah.
And so ha ke tswa ne la nthar re bonana
hela ka
go bapalisi ha sitsile
ha sitsile
right
ke re ga game city le ha sitsile
so ra kopana and he says to me I want to put together a show. And this TV show, it's a wedding show.
Yeah,
I think you fit the profile to present and host the show. Really? Okay. When do we start? No, we start Thursday. When do we start? We start shooting on Saturday. Hey? Abantarwal, because you are sort of born for this. It's so easy for you. I'll assemble a quick team and be as creative as you possibly can. I'll give you those controlling rights.
Yeah.
And indeed, our wedding day was born. And I started presenting that particular wedding show, and I think I did about 3 seasons of that.
Yeah.
And now other potential employers started to notice that, okay, there's this guy who's doing quite well. And then I started branching off into trying out the social media aspect of things. Another production house calls me and says, you know what, because you are witty and obalatad, don't you want to host a quiz show? So I then started becoming the host of the weekly quiz. And that then developed into a new show that I started writing it. I started writing that the whole show. I called the show The 12th Question, which was now a much bigger scaled quiz show that now broadcast on television and also ran for a season or 2. And then now the main employer being Botswana Television then realized that we could utilize this guy because on a background and plus he's on television, he looks good on TV, plus we see him at corporate events.
He looks good
plus so there were so many pluses that when I then approached them and said, I'm actually interested in the Khaibari, as a matter of fact,
so with this whole hectic career development, now you're a husband, you're a father. How did you keep afloat with this one? How did you fit everything? Because it's not easy.
Do what you like. You will not feel like you're doing anything heavy.
Say that again.
Do what you enjoy. Do what you like. Such
What
that
you
when
enjoy
you're
is not a
doing
job.
it, you don't feel like wabereka. The only thing that might make you feel like wabereka is that day I got a message with FNB, can I stand B, or oh yeah, can I make it? That's why ba needs something.
Ebe motsamayo lo no simolla go change no go dropa ka re
wa no di ana ki ya lo le tu
message yo tseng go letsa molodi. So yes, highest point in everything that's going on. Your best point, and I want to know your lowest point.
Whew. Yeah, highest point. It's funny actually. It's when I did the telethon on BTV. And our telethon is a live show where you are advocating for a cause. I think that quite thing issue I think it's Kolosengwe in the north, and we're raising funds for a part of that school. So you're standing there, you're doing live production, and you've got this earpiece to a thing. There are 4 cameras facing you, that there are people talking onto your ear at the same time. You're not scripted, so you're not reading. So you speak. So at that point, it's when I realized, I can actually tap a bit further into my talent bag, and actually pull this thing off and do a whole 8 straight hours of live television without breaking a sweat. And at the same time, simultaneously responding to the different cameras, even taking calls, because the director will say to you, P.P, we're going to cue him in, and you're being told this whilst you're speaking, and you're trying by all means to not say what you're being told, but make sense at the same time. Because how you can't say because you're alive. ko lapeng bona ba bona gore he motho ko a tsabakela ene go hana bile ba reisa madi go ntse go ntle go dilo go rile ka tloko wena you're sweating inside gore he kana go ha ga P.P wa tsena ntle re munkwe so you cut a camera 2 wa raba P.P and then wa bua gore nona ka tla pleasure bokana a ba na le tlhasedi la comment a gagwe ha hetsa wa bolela gore se mamang ko le kgolobotlo le ena ro batla go tikela sengwe latla P.P ha o hetsa wa le kgolobotlo e be go nna khanya gore okay now speak to the cause. So you've done your homework, you've read about the cause, so how to go, you have to delve onto this. And you have to know everything happening at the time. And mind you, you are standing up for 8 straight hours.
And it's
that
live.
Was exciting.
After you're done, you're like, I can do this.
And that's when I knew that I can pull this off. I once said, there's this guy who presents Big Brother, the tall Nigerian guy. I once said, I can outdo this guy any day. I would watch Steve Harvey do his things, and I'm like, you know what? If he wasn't reading the teleprompter, I could, if I could be given the same opportunity, I could pull this off, and I could go to the world.
P.P, there was a point in time when I felt that our country, this is why I keep on saying, I actually crossed the country na when we get the auditioning, it's top billing.
Yes.
Re palame bus. That's how dedicated. Harle mo line go sentene some guy utsile ka Ferrari e chibidu.
Yeah.
This guy he just wants his shot. Aba fola line ne boa just to stand to shoot his shot and try his luck. We need that kind of
of drive, because
drive.
Remember with BTV I was not headhunted. There was a conversation that they had, but this guy is quite good, and I went and I actually auditioned. And you are there, and we've got this mentality which I really think a lot of people need to get rid of. It's the mentality the entitlement mentality. Go and audition and bring your A game. Because I went to audition, I brought my A game, and I remember one of the producers actually just dropped me a WhatsApp and said, of all of these auditions, yours was the best. Was the best because you just have got this charisma and this love language you've got with the television screen.
Your lowest point?
Lowest point.
Truth be told, Ra. Put your cards on the table.
I don't know. Lowest point in this career. Knocking on too many doors and getting the doors slammed in your face. Because 1, you're too expensive, and 2, they don't quite get it. Because PP runs Company X. Company X, it's a blue collar company. It's amazing.
Yeah.
And I'm a corporate lifestyle MC, and I charge X amount. I've got a whole team. I've got a manager, a photographer, and the whole bang shoot. Part of the reason why I get Chajabokana is because of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got 3 other mouths to feed, right? Assuming that I'm advocating for this, and then he says, "All right, no, we'll give you a call." And the call doesn't come.
Yeah.
And Madia Drisengwa Khonekwa. Nela bohelo. And I had that way negastaka ka lori. E le gore ke heletse ke madi. Ke tswa go kopa tiro. And go paraletse go maragaraga. I asked myself this question, but Tom Mudim. Why is it that the industry hides as corporate MCs? This is a skill, all right? A skill that we've honed for so many years, been through hell and back to perfect it. And you're going to take somebody who's just mediocre just because what you are cutting costs. What about us? The value chain has been cut.
And this is what you're talking about when you say, do you realize a lot of people are leaving our country to deliver the services that they have been taught in Botswana?
We should say now, MCL, a very huge supermarket brand in this country, right? And I remember the people that had come for this particular event. Zeus the rapper.
Yeah.
And we had packaged a very, very nice thing for them for this particular supermarket brand. As soon as I got off the stage, the senior guy, the guy owns Hang Sapaj, literally said to me, "Do you know Hakibwana your invoice?" I was wondering to myself, why is it so low? And I can chase the 50,000 plus. o nthare nna ebile ne le gore tota for this particular event ne re ra go tsa Connie Ferguson but be re bona gore wa go tšha 250,000. So we thought to ourselves, you are probably going to charge about and then maybe 200 or maybe 250.
Nice.
Now they recognize that sort of talent, and then you go to a company X ya P.P kana ya Google. E ba re nya morena na kana le 5,000 the hell. How do you develop
P.P? Do you know that?
No, it's exactly.
No, ke ha example ke re ke sa tlwantlolle. Do you know that a radio voice-over artist, artist in our country, duelo 500, and then wait, in other countries, prior to that, can I get equivalent to that? The same 30-second advert is close to 4,000, whatever respective currency they use. And then wait, as an MC,
no, we are undercharging ourselves, and at the same time, we're not getting the opportunity. So that's how we say the price go Jim Kakor. No, but next thing about Joey and Kim 3,000. Ulokuran war when I came to Anele 7 kana 8.
Kehopola na kongwe re proposer inele mo etele dipele ko network engwe. Rebata sponsorship mo budget breakdowning in a super rebata kanane lebo 60,000 ko UB amphitheater gore re host strictly for sound meyolo na ha khamala thata ba bua re bongwana ke wa nyala ko mochudi PA ya teri duela 1.5 so mo go teri turang nna ka part-time ga ke thokana le company go really thusa nna ka part-time ke ta mo duela 1.5 a le tisitse sound yone. So still you can see that is going back to the issue of capacitation. And then I was listening to the president khantele a bua gore o letsa sa robala dikgomo mo Botswana ne dile is it 3 million?
Yeah, 3 million. Now they've gone down to 1 point something.
That 1.2 million. So abe ki ipotsa gore dikgang tse re buang ka tse ka tsone ka ha re ka kopana le ena ka ke rena ko ngwe re tlhokana le kopana le motsadi re sa isetswe mahoko gore yano ha ka utwa sello se sa creative gone ile motho o pelo thomo go eleng gore o sensitive ya ba sa robale gore mo ya no gone ga go nna ja. So tota we have a kore re thokana le di regulation baba. So okay, the structure edite but the structure had the function.
Yes, you understand? Not functioning.
If we have a structure as a National Arts Council, if we have structure as a Musa, if we have structure as a Bomu, Sabepa, let's say dingwe hela jalo, we can have structures, but can't you dia functioner na?
No.
That's the main. If dia functioner. We know, more especially more issue ya bo MC. Ha go nna le dinner kana sengwe anniversary, but be go mona Google ibilo ene yo ka MC anke Google o thaganyana ha ute mona tsa program ekio ha ba itse gore this a talent ha ka no mpotsa gore re tsa re lebile. The reason why Joey ke thusitse mo Botswana gore ka boipuso jo re bo dirang ko Lizi ko UK.
Actually, let's talk about
that.
Yeah.
Ke lebeletse gore ke ta ha mabaka gore go na le entertaining MC kana go na le category tse dintsi go na le educative MC re lebeletse gore go kwa re bata motho e leng gore can sell our country yo leng gore o na le content me in a engaging manner
100%.
not in a lecturing manner ke dingwe tse re di thusang ga re bata exactly. So those are the things tse leng gore now I'll be advocating town hall meeting le president re bata gore re nne le ha batse re mmolelele gore industry go tlhokahalang go kaira when we have structures, then you don't involve the players. go tshwana hela.
Yeah.
It is happening mo lehatsheng la rona. Re kile ra nna le town hall le the former president. Ke ne ka ngongorega thata ke ithela ile gore ko pele di artist di beilo ko morago ko pele go beilo bo ramapodisi bo molaudi bo makhanselara. What a nonsense.
Hana, thank you, Joey, for asking. We should go into this.
Yes.
Excited. We haven't really gone into depth because as much as Nakoyili.
Yes.
So you chose this to go and sell Botswana. So we're actually expanding Botswana culture.
Yes, I'm not a local promoter no more. I'm not a Botswana promoter.
Hey, Tara.
I'm international promoter.
Come
I
on.
would love to declare that.
Hey, Tara.
So I'll be doing import and export. Yeah, the creative. Like Hoko Lizzie will be trying to help the country ka di creative. As you see, goromento mo sha bona gore ga ba robale ba travela corner to corner. So ha se gore le rona re ba thuse ka weapon ya rona ka lerumo la rona la di creative.
So what's going to be
happening is going to be Botswana export. We are inviting body temane gore di to go bonwa, tourism e te go no ho fashion re nne le food taste re tsame ka le tlhodi ka dijo tsa Setswana go nne le fashion show and then alone music festival ile leng gore ka rena le Batswana kwa ba invite ditsala tsa bone tsa di foreignera I mean tsa di exactly le bone the citizens exactly because
your five
because we still believe
your five friends
we still believe le ha gongwe gore menta rona ya kwa go ira di exhibition like gongwe through brand Botswana go le formally ba bangwe tota ba batantse go le energetic. That's the time e leng gore they'll know about Botswana. We are 100% sure gore we'll achieve, even if you can achieve 3% ya go bona batho ba ka tsama re no rutile ka o ka vangu re batla go ka vangu.
So you're
that's the thing.
The tourism there, the expo is your tourism, it's got your fashion,
exactly.
Yeah. Wow.
Then I agree.
Why did you choose UK?
Because of the relationship. Actually, like this thing here, Expo. Ki turu e leng gore re eletsa gore re tsamaise mahase bo America bo Mauritius wherever. So basically, exactly. So as a modimo a mphile neo ya bo promoter wa ke sa tsene o yo le nna ka participator mo go se leng gore goromenta wa se dira go tala le naga o rekisa le hatsa la gago. So exactly what I'm trying to say is yes re targetile boipuso ko UK me expo Botswana expo ya go nantse tsamaya le mahatsot. As I'm saying is aligned to what the government is trying to do, what the government is struggling ka sone gore ke go rekisa Botswana di investor did is what government is concerned about it. So ya no ka gore le nna ke hilwe nne we where can't I help my government ka go rekisa Botswana ka talent exactly ka talente ka talente ya rona is one of the projects that are on. And then we have another one ile gore tabel ka di 6th of December mo Botswana. It's a football game ya Chelsea ya legends le di legends tsa rona tsa Botswana. Then ke re ke o ha se ka gore ha re tsena mo dineng I'll take Joey to be the MCO Gugu or Jesela Kata Wile Modina because we are going to have a din. But ha re tsena ko festivaling it have to be motho wa netania.
No, 100%. It really has to be like that.
Ke tsone dio tse re di dirang. And then se sengwe gape sa bo 3 se leng gore
right kana se we engage itsa ka utu
ke le tiro ya uti ke ya ke hilwe tiro
le jese kwa le jese utile
and then we are having a movement that we are starting is called Dinku. Dinku ke go mo go ke go mo rudumelang gore ga go itele. So ke go tsaya talent, not the upcoming hela ka gore for sympathy gore ona le talent a be re itisa di-radio re kopela mo bo TBT ko go bo Joe ko kae ko di-radio ko di-television because go na le bana ba nang le talente ga ana ntsalae yo a ka mo isetsang ko radio ga ana kwa la tse tsupina go na kwa lelelang teng o swela hela mo talenteng ya gago I remember na ko ngwe mongwa kilanthare ke tsala ya me ha bua utwa ke bua ka lena itso re ke tsala ya me ka nkisa ko court gore mo kila ruisa CD ko go slice la ba marareng ya togele ko le security wa bona so ya no ko ne mo gopolo le gore re ba tho ba tsa gore re ba isetse rona on their behalf wa bona so
on the creatives guys truth be told talent yarna is going down the drain apart from lehatse hela rena di kgwetlo tse dintsi in the creatives there's a problem of alcohol and substance abuse now this has become a pandemic not a lot of people are talking about it it's either it's being brushed under the rug what's going on how do we now
gale e se gore ka gore gongwe ke tana manganga tota talente ga e ko tlase e godile the quality bona re gompie kwana podcasting tse jang le mo venue tsa go godile wa gongwe sa bloe kana go sa tale gongwe ithela ile approach ya marketing gore ga no re ditse story sa ga Joe ga mmotsa gore o simonotsa o bona gore monno nana le mo go ten strategic approach o bona what do you want to achieve o segmentile market aber me market wa me ke di corporate then about let's me go out mo go ten direct marketing ke ba latele yona le event ke a bona mo Sunday Standard ke a bona gore ga go tabe sueta be na le pension ta ke ba latele o bona so that's the only thing issue ya marketing ke yone crucial the Botswana market mo di creative thing it doesn't need managers it needs marketing managers because manager ra tsena go setse go kgobokantswe o khona go moduela ke go manager so se se dirilwe we need marketing in
my poor manager I hope ga le pelo kana big so prepare ke monts
ngwela go twala nteng Joey rutse futsuki our creatives are literally is it because only depression ya gore our industry is what and a lot of people are falling back to the whole gore ga go motho a fila gore ga ka ke apara ma stage ya sa ja diterikana asa hupa hu khirwa ke
you know what I like what PP is saying in that there has been a very drastic change. There's been improvement in that we're doing things a bit more differently. That's why we've got podcasts and all kinds of things. But there's the reality on the ground. I would say ba deserve. True, madia teng ha tla a tsalo baka ha go turn around time ha go khudle khurili. That has since sunk a lot of people into depression. Hence the advent of drug intake. Ile ko hodimo. Because khantele motho yanong o sa tlela that lifestyle ya gore kana melanka go kokota kwa still kana ka bounce me ke tshwere 200 pulitso ke a go thoba matsadi ha ba tshaneng nngwe hale gongwe bile ke le ka go ikakanya ke akanya sente kana ke teke bona mo not knowing that kana go you're sort of kind of killing yourself because khantele nyana le gone it actually affects you in this way ga ke batlo bereka le Joey because ke le tako ha tsa mara wa go ipitsa one reliable ha tsontso ra simole show kana kwa gore ya gore eno dilwe ke gore we ma countering kana jang so go mo ke go it's taking us aback it's digressive we're just going on a digressional channel and how best can we solve that I think it's where we can change policies and melao such that you can have company X it decides its own people to do this such that Joey ke o gona go ja ka gona motsamaisa tiro professionally. There was a Nigerian friend of mine that he's a professional MC. He doesn't do anything else but MC. But he's living beyond a lot of high-end corporate guys in Botswana from just MC. Capacitation.
Because of how say package. The reason why the corporate gongwe di rotlola we tell a gore ga ra ipackage a le rona dio tse ba di bola go ya ka bua ka bo GBV ba iraeng ba fila gore kana da sensitive ka di brand tsa bona so ta ithokana le capacitation sometimes they indulge on GBV I mean modern tsa bo alcohol because of gore one celebrity they read about you have to do that I remember when I was a young boy ke le morepa ne re dumela gore bo motokwane bo go fua kwae bo go nwa is going le bo gangster ra tshwantse re go nne hard wa bona so netaneo ke yone e tsamaisana a ngo ithala le gore Joe o hiretswe event ya St. Louis and then no tsena mo staging ka Heineken you understand o hiretswe orange and
at least stop using me as an example of bad things
o tsena pe t-shirt a bi mobile you understand so totala khanyetona ara meeting hela gugu hela gore as a developing country before re tabogela go implementa a re neng ha ba se re workshop re tse di MCs di tswana ka nna bua a tell that story gore eno dirilang gore a nne we need capacitation before re tokana le sekolo pele ga ra go bereka
so the next step ha re tswa ha PP you are talking about dio tse ileng gore di tshwantse go diriwa and o di lemogile what are you doing about it
tota dilo tse ileng gore di
kana kere ya ka rentse ya
gona le what have experience I think thing will change gona le dilo tse ileng gore di tshwantse o bona ga go buelelwa mo go teng ministerial na kwa Maesek so ha tsena go go tautona gore a le buelelo o bua a le penta because gona mo go regular ona le company ke promoter a lena kana ona le sound ke commentator I'm talking from experience mo ile gore ta go ane PP kwa party ya khanetswa tautona because only you understand so tota se re se thokana re thokana le go tsa advantage ya this man the president hela go ka bulwa holo ga bitswa di creative hela
ra le ga re tse ho
so ya no
gentlemen am appeal gentlemen ga re tswa who should expect us na Joey
kore sekele kang go se bua go obstacle ke enjoy e re kore gona le protocol e tshwanetse gore e break ye kore go mpie kwana tautona ga se because of go expectile ha o re a go llela go gugu gore a kere le na le minister ha ke ka retsa o sa bone minister which is true ke protocol
that's why everyone is put there gona le procedure yes
so exactly so ya no ha re ka khona gore di leadera di te re di capacitate because of ya ka ke sa tswa go bua go romente ka boene wa lusa gona le permit tse wang ko mosa e leng gore nka be re tsengetsa letseno ya ho tisa foreigner gore it takes you go immigration they are not aware of that ga artist e heta go itumelwa hela you understand gona le issue na bua ka talent you have invested on the talent first modimo go inetse and then ga sa tsewe sente ibile o affecta gore ke se khopile mo modimo wa motalela so those things they have to be regulated gore wena corporate ga le sa thola le dira sepe MC gona le talent ko se nana you'll see the value ke tsone dilo tse re tshwantse go di ruta ba etapelo ba dira molao sepehela ha se sa dirwe ko molaong believe me ropela hela
Joey as a creative what is your major plea gore ga o tswa gompieno o kopa gore o se ka wa thola o se bona as a creative, as an MC, as a professional.
The last word you use, professional.
Yes.
But collectively, we can do wonders and magic, provided we're doing it professionally. Kan ya go package go itsatsi. Ke one ka re thusang such that la ha wa go pleasure for a cause ya gore ke batla go amogela bokana company XYZ e be re witse re keng e bila ra go create la budget because ra bona gore industry rana is picking up by virtue of motho o itsatsia ha go go tla meeting wa planning ga atle matlhale mahibidu atla apere t-shirt tsa itsora me wa go kana takwa that needs to come to an end. This business of Hopakama stage needs to come to an end. We see these things all the time. And
now do we have agencies?
He's aware that I'm a professional corporate MC. Hopakame mo staging, a certain person mo staging. Wa bona moto di jail. PP want tara kante jweli ra ina ba. Now I'm implicated in that negativity. And Romo needs to literally come to an end. To those that which are our potential employers, stop undercutting us. Emmy's undercutting us. We are feeding our children with this that which we are asking from yourselves. We are also feeding other mouths, and that we've also empowered and employed other people. So they are benefiting from that. It is the value chain. So if you turn me away, it's like you've turned about 3 other people away. And then what? Depression sinks in. So I get it, because we're professional. They need to understand and perhaps pay particular attention to that and give us what it is that we deserve. Because, and you know, they praise us a lot. The way you actually knew about our brand direction and everything. Dude, you're part of this company. Several times I've been asked if I work for that particular company.
Yeah.
Because of the preparations, this is a job. So I research, I rehearse.
Which is a passion on top of that.
And there's that passion.
Yes.
So I hone it in such a way that company Guguma investments gives you objectives, gives you a vision and your mission. And like that. By the time you might even employ me at your office, but I'm on to the next one.
You might even know more of the company than some of the employees.
I was in Kasane recently, and somebody literally said, "Are you sure you don't work for the pension?" And I said, No.
I take my time.
I'm a television presenter. I tackle different issues on a daily. This one, it's not a side job. This is my main job.
Where do we catch your show, by the way? What time is it?
I'm on air tomorrow, the Friday, between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m.
10 to 2 p.m.
Yes.
Okay.
On channel 289, BTV News channel. Or you can alternatively catch me on Primetime Live every Sunday at 8:30.
Joey, another issue like from Lonadi artists, because of most of the time like a promoter, I think you have to help more assistant or the promoter license because of
yes, that is true. That is very true. It will regulate.
I win tender. Abadira event asena butipajana hela ka gore win tender kana o bata banyana. And do tsa teng ditabe di affecta mo go rona ba eleng gore re tshela ka this thing. So that's why ne ke bua ka bo group wa itelela gore nna ke kana ko forex ke bone madu go ngwe ke rata maphorisa ke bile ke bokela gore ke tiste maphorisa ke ta ke sa bone ba mo gae ka sepe o tsogo ya no ga go besa mo ba tshelang le lona every day kana real promoter ke motho eleng gore o tshwanetse tsa itse gore Joey ke galas ga ke mmona Joel ene ha lebella P.P bona mohiru wa ga go nne le respect le appreciation mo industry because of without Joel ga ke tshele Joel without promoter ga tshele so fly by night they don't care ga kana ha ile gore una o rekisa dikoloi o boela go businesseng ya ga
so ako re bue ka khanye ya ka speed as we wrap up we've noticed that the reason why we might be limited is because the promoter lacks sponsorship and support. How do you get about that one? Or event the support they will come from the sponsor.
No, I believe promoters they get sponsors and support. But the wrong promoters ka gore ona le connection kana ka gore blind mo proposal ba bona ta bo tswa hela ona tsona le monna o ka ha wa camera itse go ira proposal leng and then ba kumula madi ha tsena mo gore event itself abe go thakana ka moso di company la re di supa ka monwana ra ena re bona re itirele he ne re hirile ba re a hirile fly by night
no go tsene AI maso proposal
exactly le body chapter over the blind mo proposal exactly so and then when you come to implementation of it abe gonna that ya no ka go thoka lesego the real promoters bona ba itseng bone ga ba itse go package ke talentela kana talent le business yana le bo professionalism ke dio tse di harologaneng wa bona. So that's the problem. That's why we tell ile gore a go te ko alcohol levy o pe hela yo mo ising yo ile gore o master of this thing o tshela ka yone is been there wa itela a rejectilwe. And then I remember there's a judge ke batalina la go go mo utlwaletseng gore no winne blank tape levy. I'm talking about a judge you go court no khonno go swa ipelela wa bona gore is a issue ya gore ya proposal ka re ke judge me ya ntse di talented etse so ne di a palwa ke you understand. So ke gone go mo gore bola. So I still believe gore people are getting sponsors, my leader, people are getting support, but the wrong one get the good wives. Basadi ba teng yana ba tsewa ke the wrong ones. So ba ska ba ra gona banna ba teng.
Eka wamba business.
For this UK event Leeds, what do you generally need for it to be a success? Let me just give you that platform.
I have partners there at least.
Okay.
It's a reputable company that we're in partnership with as the license to do events United Kingdom.
Okay.
So kana kwa Gilbert Promotions ga eyo. So now my share or my contribution is just to come le Batswana ke ba pege. So se leng gore le go marketa kwano. So se leng gore ke a se thoka o ke mo go sone ke gone go kopa sponsorship kana partnership ya gore for this event to be complete ke gone gore ke identify Batswana ba accessing ke ba identify ile ke ba pere di ticket. So everything is done that side. Okay. So I think my contribution is about 10%. So ke gone go mo eleng gore ke dumela gore bo National Arts Council le di companies tse dingwe it's not all about money. Is the issue is to go and sell the country in order to support our government.
I like that. Bona guys, re tswa mo ke bua ka mo ke re tswa mo bots 50 mabani. Do you know what next year is?
Next year is bot
60. 10 years just flew by.
Oh, literally, yeah.
Like literally.
Sure.
It flew by. So sure. So this is what you're paving for.
So yes, I'm a spiritual person. So I have this ke dumela ne gore talent ya me ke dirise gone go thusa go tshwana le baruti ke nna ke kopana le bana ba itse ka reno ke ha ke available talent e ke hilwe ke modumo ga ke a reka ha ele ke reke thokana le duetsa bo fundraising engage me so that go mo go tano setsa success I'm like ta duela ke modumo. I don't need a check from anyone because tota check ya me tona thata so e ka sainwa ke modumo he so tota mo motho nga ke solehele o pe gore ka sena check ya me.
Wow. Time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah.
There's a lot to talk about. Re bua ka dikgantse gape ke solela Joey le ene re ta potela ka kwata re itse re ta go tshwarana kona nyana lele.
Oh, most definitely.
Me se ile gore ke a se kopa nako ya ka e hedile yana ke gore truth to be told it tshwantse gore di nne di bonagala mo di event na ke mbang ba ile gore like Joey re buisantse re tshwantse gore re saene gore abe ba le ko UK ko boipusong ja Botswana gore ba analyze cause like how ka lebella kwa America go nna le di event ya ka football di podcast di ho they analyze yeah so ke ditse re batla go di introduce.
Oh, I actually like that.
Any last words, my lordship?
You know, we are not immune to growth as a nation. We're very talented as Botswana. Our artists can perform and participate in the global stage. They are quite talented in that regard. Like P.P rightfully said, capacitation is quite important. And with capacitation, I want to believe that perhaps then growth, certain things will be able to change. You know, we need to also play a regulatory role. o se ke lapiswa ke motho o underchargeang ka gore ke ena bolang the industry o taba undercharger ka gore ke desperate, therefore ntse nka 3,000 emisang khomo. There's nothing wrong with being rejected. They've rejected us several times.
Hey, what severally?
They still called us back and we still made on a Madiana Rakupile from the onset. I really believe there's still a future is still there. But I still emphasize Kanyena, professionalism, preparation. Trust you me, the dream is easier to achieve.
I know Joey's got a Facebook page, Instagram page, social. Chief, your bookings, how do we do that?
Right, my bookings are very, very straightforward. Call me directly.
How much?
Call me directly. Mogalame 7120370. Call me directly. Strictly professional. You want a corporate and or lifestyle MC. My fees will be shared.
We'll talk
upon that particular conversation, because some people that I've learned is that banal this tendency your quote, so that they then go use that quote somewhere else to benefit. Kayone abago tsa some random lesholobitla gore a go pagama serala amo undercutile abatla hiwa madi yao abamona 3,000 pula. So that needs to come to an end.
It must end. PP
now kopa quotation mo gona itsela gore wa ntwela
tengo
no kore yala se leng gore like sanka maka ka Joey, I wish already client ka konta ba di thalaga because of go ko tlase ka seemo sa business, and the company they aggressive di batla batho ba ka some product. So I wish gore ba ka thusa banna ba tshwana, because I ke lebeletse Joey, everybody's into business over the MC, not your elong gore o ka rekisa product, not you elong gore ke go tsenya batho hela ka di style. I think priorities on kore. If we are Italoganya or Frostana, you want to achieve all marketing, people like Bojo Bailongore, they can sell your product, not the event. That's the right guy.
That's
we need MC promoters.
Thank you.
Guys, that was Truth Be Told. Thank you, PP. Thank you, Joey. It was beautiful. Join us every Thursday. Till Rekopana Hape. Take care of yourselves. Grand, sharp. Thanks, gentlemen.
Cheers. Thank you so much.
Thank you, leadership.